Poof, it's a dirty boy.
Welcome to the program. This is Metal Robot Reviews.
Welcome to the Metal Robot Reviews channel. I'm your host, Tom McKay, and welcome back to the 10-second Purge. It's been quite a bit since we've actually uploaded anything to this channel, and I do sincerely apologize for that. But we are back now, and I'm so glad that I was able to get rid of any sort of personal issues and other stuff I had to take care of behind the scenes, so I can finally get back to making YouTube videos. I can't promise it'll be every week like we were trying to do at the beginning of 2020, because I've been doing a lot more with freelance voiceover work during that time, so obviously that's kind of taken up a lot of my time. But nonetheless, I'm hopefully going to be able to find time, finally, to get back to what I love doing the most, and that is coming here to talk about music and to hopefully entertain a few people along the way. But nonetheless, we are now back with a 10-second Purge, and that means quarter 3 is up next. So that's being July, August, and September album releases, along with a few releases that was requested by some of you in the comment section or even on socials during that time. So without further ado, this is quarter 3 of the 10-second Purge. Alukah's Descending. If you're into deathcore, it's right up your alley. It's a good deathcore record. I don't know what else to say here. Your Last Wish, Eradicate, a vicious blend of melodic death metalcore that pulls out all the stops and doesn't care if its ectoplasm is all over the carpet. Crimson Shadows, The Resurrection, says single on it, and yet it's a 3-song EP where none of the songs are called The Resurrection. 0 out of 10, completely unlistenable. Hounskull's Low. I didn't realize till like an hour in that the album was on shuffle for me. I'm serious too, and it didn't change much when I put it back in order. Bury Tomorrow, Cannibal. The vocalist has a nice set of pipes on him, but if you're not into metalcore already, this one's not gonna win you over with any metal cookies or suggestively winking at you. Ensiferum, Thalassic. Kiko, Loureiro's Open Source. If you love guitar solos, then on the list of fuck, marry, kill, you'll fucking marry this thing, and you'll kill the fucking neighbors for telling you to turn it down. Dark Sarah's Grim. I never understood the cinematic metal label before. Isn't it basically just, we're Nightwish, but for movies? So, basically Nightwish. Huh. Bloodfeast Ritual, Altars of Sacrifice. An album so brutal that the album cover gave up life while trying to out-brutal it. I'm kidding. It didn't have a life. Denominate, Isochron, a crossbreed between what people wish Opeth sounded like and a sound that makes my sister think I'm part of a cult. The Acacia strain, Slow Decay. Not much to say about this one other than don't show this album to an uninformed journalist in the US. It'll just muddy the waters a little too much. Primal Fear's Metal Commando. Not new ground that they're breaking here, but Primal Fear's ground has always been stellar old ground to walk on. Church of the Dead, self-titled. Spooky stuff, but not as scary as the robot zombies I made along the way. Those fuckers will haunt your nightmares. Pale Horseman's For Dust Thou Art. This. So fucking heavy. Band 4, the answer to the question, how to make prog metal boring. Upon a Burning Bodies Built from War, a very on-the-nose reference to where a necrophiliac's date came from. Yanomano's No Sympathy for a Rat. Sludgy and gross. Kind of like a cake by Mr. Clean. You'd be surprised, his cooking is way more messy than you might expect. Deep Purple's Whoosh, another album that I've heard this year that's trying to remind us of a time before 2020. In Heart's Wake, Kaliyuga. The intro track starts with a COD open lobby, while the rest of the album feels like a step or two below Doom. Gaming. Hakken Virus. The second I hit play on this album, I had an audible orgasm. The neighbors complained, of course, but it was so worth it. King Gorm, self-titled, the closest to a metal Pink Floyd fanfiction that we'll ever get. And I'm not complaining by any fucking means. Turkey Vulture's Time to Pay. It's kind of a blues-tinged rock and roll album that's heavy enough to pique the interest of old-school dive bar goers, but presentable enough that I couldn't tell if it was a metal album or not. Unruly, self-titled. Whew, it's a dirty boy. Onslaught, Generation Antichrist. By now you know my thoughts on most thrash metal, but yeah, this fucking kills. Bear Mace, Charred Field of Slaughter. Gritty, dirty, and filthy. It's death metal in its purest form, and it's a great sign for anything these guys are going to do in the future. Ingested, Where Only Gods May Tread. Better start pumping that deathcore into my veins like it's fucking heroin, because we're not going to get anybody else into the genre. Open up. Primitive Man's Immersion, a wall of sound that's towing the line between rapid fast death metal and too slow for the nursing home Olympic Games. Votov's IXXI, it's so loud and heavy it felt like my eyes were literally vibrating the entire time. They still kind of are. Like, I've been blind this whole fucking video. Daimler-01, a dynamic look into a sci-fi nightmare. Ridley Scott would be so proud. Homicide, Left 4 Dead. The thrash metal formula isn't exactly being reinvented here, but to be fair, I don't think they're trying to. Wish they would though. God, I'm bored. Unleash the Archer's Abyss. Oh, one of the most thematic power metal albums I've heard all year. Seriously, this is up there with some of the best of this year. I'm telling you right now. Incantation, Sect of Vile Divinities. Oh, I know that one. I know the one. That's a sex act, right? Yeah, it's a sex act. It's where you put her in a chokehold and her teeth knot your dick. Mad Max, Stormchild Rising. One look at that album cover tells you whether or not you're going to enjoy this album or not. That said, it's worth a spin. Entropies, Forced Convergence, classic thrash metal. Ooh, classic. Blood's pumping thinking about it. Just hope it doesn't pump too fast or... Cancer Fouls, Let the Earth Tremble. Ooh, this is a dirty one. Another dirty one. I'd say I'm tempted to say, clean up, take a bath. But I'd be fucking lying. Cultum Inheritum, Poison of another one. Another dirty one. I just found my video title. These albums need a bath. Q3, 2020. John Petrucci's Terminal Velocity. Asking if this album shreds is like asking if fantasizing about your super cute neighbor down the hall with a furry is weird. The answer is always yes. Please, God, don't ask that again. Estrader, From the Abyss. Epic. Just epic. DOL's Between Love and Death. Ooh, this is just oozing old school metallic energy. Back to basics metal right here. Ooh, a little slow in places. But other than that, I approve. Pain of Salvation's Panther. Okay. Compositionally, there's nothing inherently wrong here, okay? Wish I could say the same thing for the guitar tones. Black Sun, Silent Enemy. Look, I get the singer situation, okay, but when the guest musicians are on, why are you slacking off? The instrumental track shows you clearly know what you're doing. Step it the fuck up. D-Source Ambition. Reminds me a lot of Dillinger Escape Plan if they balanced the heavy sections and the clean sections more. Though someone should really check out the gerbil on clean vocals. I don't think he's singing in his range. Shattered Suns, Bled for You. Look, it's good. It's good, but man, metalcore needs to step up their fucking game here and try something new. I'm a defender and I'm getting bored. Ambassador Caravale. I actually reviewed Ambassador a couple years ago. They just got better. Fuck, keep it up, guys. Pig Destroyer, The Octagonal Stairway. Isan Pharaohs. It's an Isan record. That's just not as long. I'm not sure what else to say here. Kariti, Covered Mirrors. The intro track stands out because the rest of the album is like haunting, mysterious, and atmospheric. While the intro track is just like, another band member said the N-word, what? New Argento Circles. God, that is hot space garbage. Sadistic Embodiment's Blood Spell. Heavy death metal of the highest order. Perfect for birthday parties and witch incantations. Order now. The Last Rain Evolution. Melodic death metal that does way more than the label would suggest. I approve. Dinfari, Mirkus Evorf. Death Heaven. If they weren't American. Fit for Kings The Path. Fun fact, hitting play on this album at any point will make Jared Alonji, Jared Dines, and Nick Nocturnal cream themselves in public. Heathen's Empire of the Blind. Dude, Heathen gets it right every fucking time. Like, guy, it's just not fair, man. Like, mess up once. Please, mess up once. I want to make fun of you guys. Mess up once. Napalm Deaths. Throes of Joy in the Jaws of Defeatism. I want to say it straight to the point. And it is, but you suffer, this ain't. Eliminated Minerva, Enigma, Adamantine. I'm not really much of an instrumental guy, but if you can make this shit powerful without the use of vocals, you're doing something right. Big Fresh Core's Getaway. I wasn't sure exactly what dark metal was until I heard this, and I was like, oh, it's goth metal, but heavier. Good to know. Side note, Synth Player will see my medical bills in the mail very soon. Ravens, Metal City. Fuck you. Deftones, Ohms. I greatly appreciate the influence these guys have had on modern metal as a whole. I really do. They've just never been my thing, and frankly, this album isn't changing that fact. The Right to Sense, The Oblique. Old and new Opeth merged together. It's the best of both worlds. Shit, is this a runner-up for the end of the year? Disintegration's Farah. Yeah, it's death metal, alright. That's about it, though. Seems like the majority of the shit this year has been like, yep, heard it, done that. What else you got? Blazin' writes, Dull Spellum and Expertise. The album says, I will avenge my fallen brothers and sisters, while the album cover just screams, He-Man 2020 reboot, bitch! Arian's Transitus. I don't know what the story is. I don't know where we are. Like, what does this have to do with this? Like, teacher, I'm trying to write it down. Cataclysm Unconquered. Dude, you know I fucking slay with Cataclysm, man. Oh my god, man. Dudes never disappoint. Ever. So this has been quarter 3 of the 10-second Purge, and my god, there's a lot of dirty albums in this one. I don't know what to say. I need a bath after this. So if you think I missed any albums from quarter 3 or anything from quarters 1 and 2, or if you have any suggestions for what I should talk about in quarter 4, let me know in the comments down below, or hit me up on any of my social medias. Links are down below, along with the Metal Robot Discord server, which just came out recently that you can message me on as well. Or hell, shoot me an email if it's one of your albums that you want me to take a look at. That being said, this is the end of the video. Quarter 4 should be coming out hopefully, in the next few days. I will try to get it out before 2020 is over. I make no promises on that, but fingers crossed. So with that said, thank you so much for watching quarter 3 of the 10-second Purge. If you enjoyed this video, then be sure to hit the like button. If you're new here, hit the subscribe button, ring that fucking bell, or I'll bathe in bleach. I'll see you in the mosh pit next time. Have a good night.